Okay, we're rolling. So, what? Remember when I talked about how when teams play better and still lose, it'll balance out with an example of a team being worse and still coming away with the win? Tonight it balanced out. I thought Dallas played a better game than Carolina tonight. They were consistently good throughout the game. I think although I think even though Dallas was objectively the better team throughout the game, it doesn't do a disservice to how Carolina overcame a lot of their shortcomings this game to get the W. And I think it was an example of hard work winning this game because, for a while, I didn't think Carolina was working hard. They were getting outworked. They ended up down in the game because of it. And, it was a bad game for the first two periods, in my opinion. I was ready to come out here and have my first ranty review of the season, which I'm trying to avoid because I don't just want to be a ranty sports fan. I want to actually try and, calm and be rational and, even look to the positives and losses. And in this case, I'm going to look to the negatives and the losses. The fact of the matter is, Carolina on most of the goals just got beat on man on man. Like Carolina's man on man in the first two periods was awful. I hate calling out players for playing bad, especially Jake Gardner. Two goals were from Jake Gardner getting wide. I think it was two goals. If not, it was two scoring chances because another scoring chance resulted in Jake Gardner getting beat getting beat man on man. Carolina's man on man was really bad. Dallas constantly was making Carolina bite when they got it down to man on man. And for a team built on its defense, you can't be doing that. But Carolina walked away with the win. And honestly, player of the game is going to go to the guy who I think really helped turn it around. I think Nino Niederreiter might have played the better game tonight. Brock McGinn got another clutch goal, 4 goals in a row for him. Congratulations to Brock McGinn. Probably the best fourth round pick in Hurricanes history. But I gotta give it to Jordan Staal. Jordan Staal was working hard when Carolina wasn't. He was by far, when Carolina was struggling this game, Jordan Staal, oh captain, my captain, stepped up. And, I think he earned his goal and everything. And I think he got the tying goal, which I think really sparked. When Carolina got that tying goal, no, that was Brock McGinn. My mistake, that was Brock McGinn. I believe, so. You know what? Because it was such a big goal, I owe it to the player to fact check who they are. So, like an idiot, I'm going to be looking at my phone while recording a YouTube video. Please forgive me, YouTube gods. But, it was Brock McGinn. Jordan Staal got the 3-2 goal. So my mistake there. But Brock McGinn got the clutch goal, and I think, Brock McGinn deserves honorable mention for that goal alone because I think that was the turning point in the game. Carolina came in, and while they did get outplayed at certain points in the third period, that was a different Carolina Hurricane. That was a team that was working hard. They were drawing penalties. Hell, Martinook got created a penalty by doing what Dallas had been doing to us throughout the first two periods. So, I really got to hand it to Carolina because even though I don't think I was ranting about them, they overcame a bad game working hard. Now, I actually do want to touch on something with the Nino Niederreiter penalty because, yeah, that's another thing I want to rant about. Not only was Carolina getting beat in the angles, they gave up 3 offensive zone penalties and a too many men on the ice penalty. That's unacceptable. One too many men on the ice penalty, that happens. Two penalties and one being a offensive zone penalty, taking one. Like I think you get one offensive zone penalty every 2 games. And something Carolina struggled with, they kept taking them. And Dallas scored, and it could have cost them the game tonight if Carolina didn't get a good bounce at the end of the second period. It's like that's the thing that made me mad was not only were they getting outworked, they gave Dallas a goal basically. You can't expect someone to be able to kill off a 5-on-3. You just can't. And it just yeah, but enough about the bad. I covered the bad, but I did want to bring that up. But back to the Nino Niederreiter penalty, which is something I don't get. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be a hypocrite here because when I was on defense, I totally took advantage of this. Even when I was forward and the guy forward made me mad, I'd come in and I'd cross check the guy right in between his pads. My goal was to break my stick over a guy's back when I was playing defense in hockey and they were in front of my net. It's the goalie's net, but that area, that slot, that's my slot when I was playing defense. Why is the defenseman allowed to do it, but the forward isn't? Look, should Nino Niederreiter have done that penalty? No, that was a bad penalty in my opinion. But if the defenseman is able to get the benefit of the doubt in front of the slot when it comes to goalie screens and looking for a deflection, why isn't the forward? To me, even though the way the refs and in general hockey has been called since I've been watching it, he shouldn't have made that play. To me, I think it should be fair game. If you're gonna let chippy, I like chippy hockey. You know what? That's the hockey I was best at was chippy hockey because I had no athletic ability. So I'm talking about this as someone who likes when teams are allowed to get a little dirty when they play hockey. Okay, but if the defenseman is allowed to hit the guy with like 10 cross checks in front of the net, why isn't the forward allowed to hit one? I think if you're going to allow the defenseman to do it, you got to allow the forward to do it to me. That's just my opinion on the penalty. Nino Niederreiter should not have made that penalty, but looking at it, I think that's a flaw in the way hockey is called because the defenseman shouldn't get a pass that the forwards don't get, in my opinion. But, those are my thoughts on the game. But more importantly, what did you guys think about the game? I love talking to you guys, especially the ones that are willing to listen to me talk for 10 minutes, play hockey games. I want to know your guys' opinion on the game. Am I being too hard on the boys after a win? Or am I on to something here? Comment down below. And if you guys like the content I'm producing on the channel, especially if you're a Canes fan, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Thank you, Hurricanes Broadcast, for reminding me so I didn't have to look it up myself. And I'll see you guys then.